We have made it here to Hanoi, Vietnam. Getting here was a long journey. We took a 13-hour flight, and then we had to take a 2-hour flight from Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi, and then in between that time there was layovers. We've been traveling for about 20 hours, so we're crazy jet lagged and we are really tired, but we took some time to go out in Hanoi whilst we have the time because we're leaving tomorrow to go to Ha Giang. So here's what we saw in Hanoi.
So we took to the streets of Hanoi and we was hit with organised chaos.
This place is mad, but it's so unique and we've instantly fallen in love with the city. There is so much to see in Hanoi. When we was coming into Hanoi, I didn't catch this part on camera, but you'll see there's a lot of really old buildings and then you have the new skyscrapers. It creates a really weird dynamic. If you guys have played The Last of Us, it really reminds me of that. It's a very cool, unique city. So yeah, we took a walk out from our hotel. We got to see the German Prime Minister actually. He was coming out of some building. I don't even know what that building was. It looked like some random hotel. But anyways, there was a bunch of camera crew. And then we headed into a market which was actually looking for somewhere to eat, but we ended up stumbling across just a market with clothes and technology and these just cool collectibles and stuff like that. So after walking through that market for a little while, we actually stumbled across the market we was looking for, which is the food market. And we sat down at this nice place and it had a bowl of beef hot pot. It started raining a little bit and you can see in this clip that they started manically packing up chairs and tables, and that isn't because of the rain. That's because the police were coming through and they're actually not allowed to have tables and stuff out in the roads. Apparently that's why the tables and chairs are so small, so it's easy for them to pack up and just carry inside.
Also, they are under a curfew. Everyone needs to be in by 12 o'clock, but low-key, everyone's in the bars and clubs, but it looks closed from the outside, but it's lively in the inside.
I think that rule only applies in Hanoi because apparently there's a lot of government officials living here. So the military are quite on point and they can stop and check anyone they want after 12 o'clock. So after we finished eating, we just took a walk around the streets and took in the sights. It is a sensory overload. There is so much being thrown at you. But as I said before, it's a really nice city, and it's actually, although there's so much being thrown at you, it does kind of feel quite chill. Like everyone seems really relaxed in the city.
So we also went and checked out West Lake real quick. We didn't stay there long because we were real hungry and we just found some really cool stuff at the market and wanted to shop. And then we came back to our hotel and we are staying in the La Harmonie Hotel. I think I got it right. It's a really nice hotel. It's decent. They upgraded us to a bigger room. It even has a sky bar and a pool on the deck upstairs, but the water's a bit cold, so I don't think we're going swimming tonight. So this is all the time we had, and in that short space of time, we got to see and do quite a few things in Hanoi, but it's not the end of it. We will see you tomorrow morning where we have a few more activities planned and you can come along with us.
So we'll see you guys in the morning for some more exploring around Hanoi before we head off to Ha Giang. Alright, let's go.
Morning, we are back out on the streets of Hanoi and we're off to Hao Lao Prison Museum. We're going to get a few things checked off our list, like the Note Cafe and maybe walking around to West Lake and seeing the post office and Train Street. And then after that, we'll be back to pick up our bags and head off to Ha Giang.
When we arrived at Hao Lao prison, we was instantly hit with this eerie feeling. Although most of the prison was demolished in the 1990s, and it's only the gatehouse that remains, they've done really well in, showcasing what life was like for the prisoners back then. Hao Lao prison, also known as Hanoi Hilton by American POWs, that is prisoners of war, was built between the dates of 1886 and 1901 and was originally used by French colonists in Indochina for political prisoners and then was later used by Northern Vietnam for US prisoners during war. Walking through the prison museum, you get to see just how bad the conditions were for these prisoners. You would not want to be locked up here back in the day. They are chained up in these really uncomfortable positions and also sent to these dungeons where they're just left for days without food, water, and were just left to sit there in their own urine and feces. And any prisoners that tried to revolt were met by a guillotine. The prison was also quite overcrowded, holding 730 prisoners on a given day in 1916, which rose to over 2,000 prisoners by 1954. And one thing I found really interesting is that a lot of the future leading figures in communist northern Vietnam actually spent time in Hao Lao prison. However daunting Hao Lao prison is, I would say if you're in Hanoi, it's definitely worth checking out because this place holds so much history. So that was Hao Lao prison. Scary stuff, man. You would not want to be in prison there back in the day. It looked like they had some rough conditions, but now I'm not sure what we're going to do because both our feet are hurting. Train Street's like an 11-minute walk, but we also want to go to the Note Cafe, so we'll see which one we get to first. Yeah, let's see. So we end up at the Note Cafe, as you can see, and this place is mad. Look at that. We're gonna go and sit upstairs because it's a bit tight in here. But yeah, this is sick. We got a Grab here and it only cost us about £1 from where it was for like a 10-minute ride. So we might actually also end up going to Train Street, but we heard Train Street shut, so we'll see. We're gonna go check it out anyways. But let's wait for our coffees. So Chelsea's about to write the most philosophical note ever written by an individual in the Note Cafe. Do it now.
Mad.
So we've just finished up at the Note Cafe. We're going to take a walk to the post office because apparently it's really grand. It's madness, you've got to walk in the road here. Yeah, so we're going to go to the post office, see what that's saying, and then we are potentially going to go to Train Street. Like I said, it might be closed. Well, I think it is actually definitely closed, but we might still go to the entrance just to see what it looks like. And then we need to head back to our hotel, charge the laptop so I can edit this video that you're watching right now, and get ready to head off to Hajang.
We found the only McDonald's there is in Hanoi, and they've left this McDonald's because of tourists.
So we went searching for that post office that everyone goes on about, and turns out it's actually in Saigon, so we're in the completely wrong city. But yeah, Chelsea messed up. But now we're just going to take a walk, see what else is going on around here. It's pretty hot and humid, so I don't really want to walk too far. But yeah, let's see what we see. So we're just walking around Hanoi, right next to West Lake. We found this, what looks to be a Chinese temple. Really, really nice architecture. I wonder how long this thing's been standing here for.
So we just took a Grab from West Lake to Bun Chow, the famous Anthony
Bourdain.
Banderas.
Anthony Bourdain.
He ate here, and I think Barack Obama as well.
Yeah, I think he ate here with Barack Obama.
Yeah,
so
my facts are never right, but you know, I guess this one might be. But that cost us £1.60 for that journey.
Yeah, £1.60.
Grabs are super cheap and one of the safest way of travelling
Best
in
way of getting
Hanoi.
around.
We've learned that if you catch a fake taxi, every time they honk their horn, the meter prices go up.
So whilst we sit here and wait for our food, I was just contemplating how they get their licenses out here. And I reckon they have to dodge maybe like 10 cars and 20 motorbikes in a row. That's an instant pass. Because I don't see how else you could do it. It's madness.
So we got the fried seafood roll. Oh yeah, that's good. And we have the bun chow. Oh my god. Sonia, this is so good. And that is it. We have just finished up our bun chow and I am stuffed. What I want to do now is hit the bed. But we're going to head back to the hotel and maybe pay for a few hours in the hotel room so we can charge up our stuff. And then we'll just catch a Grab later and head to Hajang. Don't forget to like, hit that subscribe button and comment below if you want to know anything about our travels.